guys. It's good to be back.
Oh, my God. Yeah, where were you? No, I'm just kidding.
You know, having some chips.
Yeah, I get you.
Hey, guys. We're joined by a very special guest right now, World of Warcraft game director Ion Hazzikostas.
Hey, man. How you doing?
Pretty great.
That's a big year for you guys.
Just a bit. I mean, to be fair, when you make World of Warcraft, every year is a big year.
I know.
The content train never stops, never slows down.
Well, and it sounds like you guys have gotten on a really big cadence with these content patches. I mean, they're coming hot and heavy.
Yep.
Which is huge. So tell us a little bit about what you guys focused on when bringing us Tides of Vengeance. Like, what's the main sort of feature you guys are thinking about focusing on with that patch?
So for us, really, Tides of Vengeance it's the next chapter in this new story that we're telling, right? What we've seen at the launch of Battle for Azeroth was this climactic clash between two superpowers that then settled into a stalemate.
Right.
Horde in Kalimdor, Alliance in Eastern Kingdoms, and no one could really make inroads against the other. So they sought out new allies, powerful navies. They've been laying the groundwork, building up those allegiances, spying a little bit, doing some infiltration, investigating the other side. But now war is about to really kick into gear and erupt again as those preparations explode into full-on conflict. And this is a little bit of the Alliance Strikes Back. Like, full Star Wars inspiration. Like, that's what's going on here, right? The Horde won some victories.
Yeah.
Look, Ian, you know that where my love is.
Well, of course.
With Sylvanas.
Yeah, Dark Lady, watch over us all.
That's right.
You're like, thank you.
Yes. I have, so this means there's hope that she's not going to be the worst, most terrible person in the world?
I mean, hope springs eternal, right?
Like the tree of life in Tendersill, the hope springs eternal.
All right, you won't tell me about Sylvanas. I'll go back to what you will talk about. I want to talk about...
Okay, Sylvanas is a forceful character who has bent Azeroth to her will from the first moment we've met her.
Yeah.
And that's what continues.
Yeah.
It's true.
That's a very poetic way to put it.
I have so many theories. We'll talk later. But let's talk about the raid structure coming up in Siege of Siege of Zuldazar.
Yes, actually, so Battle of Dazar'alor is the official name they're going with. I think we had Siege of Zuldazar on the PTR for a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's like Zuldazar is actually literally the entire zone. It's a sprawling area.
Yeah.
This battle is concentrated around that great golden pyramid where Rastakhan sits.
So it's not inside of the pyramid?
Well, parts of it are. We're going to go inside for the first time. That's an all-new space. But the layout for the zone, the inspiration for the zone is this is the all-out war. This is, you know, the alliances have been formed. Both sides have their navies. And the alliance is launching a powerful first strike to take out the Zandalari fleet and basically decapitate the Zandalari force so the Horde can't take advantage of their allegiance.
So is that going to change the landscape of the Horde base then in Zuldazar?
There may be some remnants of the battle afterwards, but you know, I think it's definitely going to change the landscape of the power structure in Zandalar going forward. And so it's a different experience for the first time ever in our raid from both sides. If you're an Alliance player, you are sailing in with the might of the Kultiran fleet and Jaina and Matthias and Mekatork and other key leaders, sailing into the heart of the Zandalari harbor, laying siege to the city, battling your way up the steps of that pyramid to confront King Rastakhan at its pinnacle.
Yes, you are.
If you were a Horde player, you are dealing with Alliance forces initially feinting from the opposite direction and then rallying quickly back towards the city to defend the Troll King, and then proceeding to fight the Alliance forces back out into the harbor, onto their ship, culminating in a battle against Jaina herself on the high seas.
This is like straight up a battleground. You know, this reminds me of a battleground. Like, this is how you're trying to actually win one side. Like, you're either defending or attacking. This is great.
And it's finally really taking the faction conflict into a raid zone where some of the most epic stories are told for the first time, right? Like, you fought powerful raid bosses, whether it was Deathwing or Illidan or whoever. Well, in this case, the enemy is the opposite faction. So why isn't Jaina a raid boss if you're the Horde? Of course she is.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about it. I mean, I've never had the desire to be like, oh, I should level a Horde so I can play the different version of that raid that I've done on my Alliance character. That's amazing. So, speaking of Horde and Alliance, how are the Horde and Alliance assaults going to complement Warfronts?
Well, so Warfronts are, large-scale battles back on the home front. They're a territorial struggle for control of strategic locations like Arathi Highlands or coming in Tides of Vengeance, Darkshore, as Night Elves try to reclaim their homeland and make some inroads and a staging ground for a later assault against Orgrimmar. Assaults are happening in Kultiras and Zandalar. And in some ways, those are leading up to and complementing the Battle of Dazara lore that's to follow. It's, Horde forces attacking the shores of Kultiris, Kultiran forces and Alliance forces attacking Zandalar. And so that'll manifest itself in the form of a cluster of world quests that pop up that are themed around that conflict, that override everything else that's going on in the area. Once you've gone there and fought on behalf of your faction, completed a few of them, it'll unlock a sort of a capper finale event where you can either breach the walls of Borealis or fight off an enemy lieutenant and push the invading forces back and get a nice reward for your efforts.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
I love how many gameplay mechanics have started to come out. I mean, now it's just like you guys are just throwing everything into it, and it's like, this is amazing.
Not only that, but like also things that are near and dear to my heart, like adding more holiday stuff, and I was just so excited about the professions. Can talk? I want to know about what made you guys expand the professions more outside of everyone just wanting it.
Sure. So I think we have these tools of the trade quest lines that are coming in patch 8.15 that Ryan Schwader told everybody about at the What's Next panel earlier today. And again, that's doubling down on profession identity. I think we want, where possible, for it to feel cool and special to be a blacksmith or a leather worker or a tailor or whatever you are. And so you'll have a special quest line that involves the use of your unique trade.
Yes.
Yeah. And you can
I miss that kind of stuff. Like, that was the kind of stuff that I felt. I mean, if we're talking nostalgia, because you guys have like WoW Classic here and stuff, you used to have to really work hard.
Oh, yeah.
I remember as a raid leader, I wouldn't let people in the raid if they didn't have, because I used to be hardcore, unless they had max professions so that they could boost everything, the entire raid or do the most damage to min-max. So, I mean, I love the fact that you guys are adding those things in to really feel like, yeah, I'm a leather worker, and this is what it means, or like, it means I have to skin a bunch of beasts and feel bad about it later. But, but I love that you're doing all of this stuff. And micro holidays, like.
Yeah, and so that's just continuing to expand upon the structure we laid out in Legion, right? We have our, major holidays, which we're updating as well, like the Children's Week updates that are coming.
Which is great, because I finished all of them a long time ago.
Exactly.
Like years.
And so we want to keep new stuff coming. But then micro holidays are more just light little celebrations. Yeah. It's like, what would, our big holidays, most of them parallel real-world holidays for us on Earth, right?
Yeah.
Okay, spoilers, Winter Veil, it's kind of Christmas.
What?
Right? I know. Sorry, don't tell
anyone.
You mean
with the Winter Veil trees?
Huge reveal, guys. Huge reveal.
But micro holidays are like, what events might the denizens of Azeroth themselves celebrate? Whether it's the opening of the gates of Anchorage or, exactly. And so those are their holidays.
Oh, wow, that
and
just
so
blew
we're
my
adding
mind.
a few more to that list. And it's just they're fun things when they're going on.
Yep.
Go partake, whether you're diving in Vashir or, showing off the very best shirts that you can muster.
Yeah.
Oh, my God,
or
that's
being
amazing.
one of the Stormwind Knights, the guards, that was amazing. So what can you tell us about the most adorable new thing to come to World of Warcraft, Whomper? The charity pet. And code.org this year.
Yeah, I think
very cool.
So obviously, adorable little companion with a plushie that's also available if you want, the physical manifestation of the cuddliness. Yeah, so we're super excited to be partnering with code.org this year. I think,
they're charity.
Exactly. They are, basically supporting STEM education, specifically programming, computer science, and making sure, with where we are as a society, that's essential, I think, it's a form of functional literacy to succeed and to thrive in the modern world in which we live.
Sure.
And the advances that come out of STEM fields have really pushed our society forward as a whole over the years, and it's essential that they continue. Yeah. And Code.org is devoted to making sure that no matter what gender you are, no matter what race you are, no matter what economic background you're coming from, you have access to the resources that are necessary for that. And they're looking to go global with their program, and we couldn't be happier to lend our support and to channel the enthusiasm and the energy of the WoW community into that great cause.
I mean, look, we get to reap the rewards of great coding, right?
Right.
So why not have more people doing that in the world, especially those that don't get access to that?
Look, my husband is a coder, and when he speaks code, it is sexy. It is.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a computer science degree. That's how I got my wife. All right, Ian.
I'm sorry, just a quick little thing. If you want to hear more about some of the coding that goes on the World of Warcraft side, definitely check out the WoW Classic panel tomorrow.
Okay.
Where actually it's me and 2 engineers, and they do the vast majority of the speaking, and it's talking about the engineering technical efforts involved in resurrecting this 12 to 14-year-old game.
I love it.